like staring straight at my face right now.
It is. He's staring you down.
You know,
All right, we should be streaming on Twitch.
Hello,
As we
world.
speak.
oh, there we are.
There we are. See? Twitch.
Hey.
And that's what we're going to be
Excellent.
doing today. Where? Oh, yeah.
There we go. Roll20 does not like me.
What does DeBars and Cher look at? It looks like a bikini. Looks like a thong.
Yeah, we'll have to, for the next time, we'll have to figure out some other chat clients so that we're a little less screwy with the Roll20 bit.
Well, we'll just work
All
on
right.
getting it all set up.
All right, so I'm going to give you the legend of Rappahatnock here, so bear with me. Pay attention, take notes.
Take notes.
You will be tested later.
Oh
A metal will be tested.
Yes. So many hundreds of years of good allied to destroy the main temple of Orcus in the ancient city of Zar. With their temple in ruins, the surviving high priest of this accursed demon god fled the city with an army of enemies on their trail, an army of heroic fighters, clerics, and paladins led by Zelkor, a powerful wizard. The exact fate of these evil priests is unknown, for not only did the remnants of the followers of Orcus disappear from all human reckoning, but so did the army of light that followed after them disappear as well. Some said that in the eternal scales of loss of so many good men was a fit pay to rid the world of so much evil. The evil cult, however, had not been destroyed. The surviving priests and their followers instead settled on a hill near the Forest of Hope, a sylvan woodland near the coast road. There they found a vast underground complex of caverns and mazes, carving out a volcanic intrusion beneath the hill. The priests of Orcus had found the perfect lair to continue their vile rituals. For many years they carried on in secret, hidden from the light and from the knowledge of men. Many years later, their underground delving completed, the evil priests erect a hideous mausoleum and graveyard atop a hill. It is believed that these graves are the final resting place of the pursuing army of heroes that had been destroyed to a man. Soon after the mausoleum was erected, the peaceful creatures of the wood began to disappear. Though many rangers and druids investigated these happenings, the cause of the creatures' disappearance was not immediately determined. Some years later, a powerful group of adventurers, led by Beaufred, a high priest of fear, investigated the evil happenings and found the sunken graveyard leading into a labyrinthine complex. Beaufred and his companions found great hordes of evil creatures. Though some of his companions returned from their expedition telling tales of fantastic treasure and ferocious monsters, Beaufred was never seen again, lost in the catacombs beneath the cursed mausoleum. For the last century or more, ranks of adventurers had ventured to the newfound dungeon. Many fell prey to bandits and monsters in the surrounding wilderness. Rumors suggest that those who survived to reach the mausoleum and sunken graveyard, most were slain by guardians of green perished near the entrance. These rare few who return from the deeper treks speak of horrible undead and creatures that cannot be slain. All who have explored Rappahatnock offer this one universal piece of advice. Don't go down the well.
Oh, okay. Well, what other one are we going to do then? Because obviously we're not supposed to go down this well, and it seems.
Well. I guess you better get started.
Yes. Well, you got a little ways yet. We need to whip you greenhorns into shape. So let's fast forward.
We're supposed to break the rules
Oh,
first
yeah,
off.
calling green. I'm a proper war
I'm
surgeon.
actually brown.
So let's fast forward to the present. And in 3517, a crack adventuring party was sent to a prison tower by a military tribunal for a crime they probably did not commit. These adventurers promptly escaped from a castle stockade to the eastern provinces. Today, still wanted by the crown, they survive as adventurers of fortune. If you have a dungeon full of cultists, if no one else can help, and if you can find them, maybe you can hire the DC team.
Yes.
So,
Who's that?
good. Yes. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the first session of Dungeon Crate's stream of Rapnathic, Dungeon of Graves. For those who aren't familiar, Rapnathic is a mega dungeon campaign published by Frog God Games, and they recently had a Kickstarter to convert this massive dungeon to D&D 5th edition. So I figured it'd be kind of fun to run the DC crew and whatever poor souls we can grab for a given session through this campaign. Dungeon is so expect some hilarious disasters to befall our hapless heroes. And whatever metagame knowledge that you might know, don't rely too much on it because there's a lot of expectations that are going to probably be shattered. So we will go ahead and let our brave adventurers introduce themselves, going from left to right. I am DM Floyd. I will be facilitating this bloodbath.
Hi. I am not the DM. I haven't even named my character yet. We just got here. Move on to Joseph over there. Aurora, introduce yourself first.
So I'm Joe, or Aurora, and today I'm going to be playing Valka Hedricksoni, who is the war surgeon, a barber surgeon experienced in the battlefield.
Very good. Santa.
All right, I'm Gravy. You can call me SantaCon, though. I'm a first level celestial warlock. I'm a half orc. And hold on, let me get to my bio. I am the finest of toy painters in all the lands. Do not challenge my skills in pigments nor hues.
Great. I'm Pete. I'm playing Dalzaren. I am a half-elf bard who is known for being something of a con artist.
Oh,
Go ahead.
okay. I'm Chris. I'm playing Ariella Fadark, just a wood elf rogue standard. I just like to steal stuff.
She does not reveal herself to us.
Nope. Standard rogue. Like steal stuff. We're good.
So are we to watch ourselves or not? Since we don't know you at all.
Usually not working with people. I want to steal your stuff, but we'll see.
That leaves me. Okay, yes. Let's look. Because Floyd just has me down as Wayne's Barbarian.
So
yes.
What do you want your name to be, Wayne?
What should I have my name be? I think
Smash.
no. He's not that dumb. Look at his intelligence. It's 9, obviously. All right, let's go with Droth. Son of Bob. Because he was half
Droth?
Droth. D-R-O-T-H. Droth. Son of S-O-N-O-V. Bob. B-O. Small b. That was his father's name. He liked the women rough. And of course, orcs are rough. Orc women are quite rough. They're terribly rough. Okay. And I will not go into all that since I haven't read it yet. But yes. Where am I from? Being an Outlander, Floyd, you made this. Am I from anywhere exciting that we know of up north?
Let's take a quick look at the world map here. You can pick a place wherever you want to go.
This is where we're actually playing at.
I don't know much about any of it, so
You know all of it. Okay, let's go back to the chat here so we can see that. And I have a black screen.
Oh, yeah. Let me fix permissions. No, dynamic lighting.
Oh.
Did that work?
Yes, excellent. Yes.
I see a mausoleum.
Yes.
All right, we're going to pull this back a bit so we can see a little bit more. Everything for everyone. There we go. Excellent.
There we go.
Ping where we're at again, where we're going, where this well is.
Ah, okay. Well, I guess we will, since we have introduced everybody, we will
Because Carter's Cross
get to
sounds
the
nice.
we'll get to the magic here. Hold on a second. Let me get my crap loaded up. All right. Your travels take you 150 miles down the Canyon River into the wilds of the eastern provinces to a region known as the Forest of Hope. The sparsely settled land is known for little beyond the legendary Rappahannock Dungeon of Graves. Knowing its many dangers and hoping to find redemption in the eyes of the crown, you have joined up with an adventuring guild. Guildmaster Ranicus Har has decided to build a chapter in the far-flung river town of Zelkor's Ferry, named for the great wizard who sacrificed himself so many centuries ago to stem the tide of Orcus's evil cult. Crammed between the confluence of two rivers and the fortified walls that span the thin peninsula, Zelkor's Ferry offers shelters but little comfort. Here at the Bristleback Inn, you are to meet Azar Thrain of Hollowfell, leader of an adventuring company known as the Firehawks, and senior members of the guild.
All right, looks like we're getting some echoing going on here with the audio.
You know what that may be? My headphones won't work, so I'm playing this off my laptop.
I just pulled up the Twitch stream to check, and no, it's not just you. There is some echoing going on.
They probably won't be able to hear me.
Like,
What did I do? Oh, hang on.
Okay. Wow.
You didn't break
Fog of
everything,
War.
did you?
Fog of War. Let's look where we're at here.
Beautiful dynamic lighting, Floyd.
we're using one of heroic maps for Zelkor's Ferry because I like the detail of their maps, and I'm a Patreon subscriber, so my monthly fee. So if anybody likes these maps, I would definitely tell you to check out Heroic Maps on Drive-Thru RPG. They have a ton of stuff, especially if you play digital, but you can print it all out too. And there's my testimonial for the day.
Not a big deal, but Volca doesn't seem to be snapping to a square. Okay.
Maybe I just want to sit on
You guys
top
can
of the
spread
table.
yourselves out.
Actually, knowing my character, I will probably be like, hey, back in the corner.
Can I sit at a table?
Can you?
So this is the Bristle what?
Bristleback Inn. And there's a kind of surly-looking fellow behind the bar, and he says, "Hi there now. Don't think I've seen your lot here in Zelkor's Ferry. Are you staying the night or just here for a bit of meat and ale?"
We'll start with the meat and ale and move on from there.
I'm more interested in the ale.
You said something about meat. Do you have any raw vegetables?
Raw vegetables.
It's a little rough on my stomach.
He says, "Well, the
Red
prices are firm. My latest shipment of goods is nearly a week late, so choices are limited. 5 coppers for a mug of ale, 8 coppers for our beef and root vegetable stew, served in a big trencher, and 2 silvers for a night in the inn."
I think we should
He
order
says
some
before you load. He says before you load up on ale, though, I want you to know I'm Odo Bristleback, proprietor of this here inn and unofficial leader of this town. You caused trouble in Zelker's Ferry. You caused trouble for me. And let me assure you, you don't want trouble with me.
Actually, I think Roth is over sitting at the table, waiting for, looking around, waiting for a waitress of some sort, maybe, possibly. Said something about
If you call my character a waitress, she will murder you.
If I don't have to wait, then she's not a waitress.
Yeah, so barmaid comes along and says, "What are you having?"
Roth, I would like some stew and some ale as well. And
okay.
He'll order some food stuff there and listen to what the barkeep is saying to Santicon and Dav. Taking a look at this area, this character over in the. Do we know each other here or no?
You guys have traveled. So you guys have traveled with each other, yes.
Okay.
Excellent. Okay.
Oh, how much you've revealed to each other about each other's, past or whatever is up to you. But
Knowing my
you have
character,
traveled. You've traveled several days with each other, so.
knowing my character, you guys probably don't know a whole lot other than she has a long sword and wears like chainmail. So
Good enough.
What am I observing from like in the room? Like, what can I tell that the other patrons are doing?
It seems kind of like your normal sort of, let's say, like working class tavern. A lot of people with dirty hands and rough appearances, just kind of doing having the very small talk that farmers and artisans tend to have after a long day in the fields or at the anvil. Nothing out of the ordinary, or no characters that look seedy or suspicious.
Hmm.
they only have to wash their hands, though.
Well, they're not the ones prepping the food, so at least you hope not.
So those three in the corner over there, they're not talking about anything in particular?
No, they're like, talking about the weather and, well, hopefully the crop is good this year, Old farmers in a diner type of sweet talk.
We're just here because we're in between. Is that correct? We're just here for some rest and relaxation.
You're supposed to meet up with a fellow by the name of Azerthrain.
Do we know what he looks like?
In this bar?
Yes. And
The dude behind me?
No, that's just like a minstrel.
Oh.
Not a fancy bard, just a guy that can play a lyre.
Rolls an average of 11.
Yeah.
Performance.
So Odo looks across at Santa Con and Devzarin and says, So what brings you to Zelker's Ferry anyway? And I changed voices for some reason, inexplicably.
Let's go over here. All right, we're listening.
Who are we hearing again? I'm sorry.
Azerthrain.
Azerthrain. Hi, yes. I know Azerthrain, another crazy adventurer looking to conquer the Dungeon of Graves. Him and his companions will be here just after sunset, I reckon. He can sit tight till then. And he kind of leans in to the two of you, and he says, "If you're part of this adventuring guild, I suggest a word of caution. You're not the first group that Azerthrain has been given command of, and if you don't keep your wits about you, you won't be the last. Another group came through here nearly a month ago. Azerthrain sent them ranging to the south near some ruin, and they ain't returned."
Well, that's not encouraging.
And I'm assuming that you mean they didn't not return because they retired on their vast wealth, is what I'm getting.
If they retired on their vast wealth, they certainly didn't come through here to spend it.
I see.
I mean, you know, there are more expensive places to spend your gold, I suppose.
And then, almost on cue, the door opens and a group walk in. Their gaits confident as they kind of peer around the room with their, you know, sort of self-satisfied glints in their eyes. Clearly adventurers. So they seat themselves around a long table, and a tall elf, clearly the leader of the group, beckons to the barmaid. One of them, a dwarf, casts a glance at your group and nods in affirmation, and then they turn to conversing. And then just appear in smoke.
You're like, wow.
They all use Facebook, right?
Maybe that's the party we're looking for.
Oh, I see your tokens are much smaller than ours.
Therefore, we are
We don't like the tokens. I'm gonna sit.
And as you guys are kind of like walking toward the table, the elf on the back of the table kind of looks up, kind of pipes up, and he says, "Well, look here! It appears they finally shipped us our next group of goblin snacks. Did Renuka send us some more goblin snacks? Come, greenhorns, let us get a good look at you." And he elbows a wild-eyed warrior next to him. "What do you think, Aldrich? Fodder for the altar of Orcus?" And the others at the table kind of laugh good-naturedly.
Hail and well met, my dear friends. And may I ask your names?
And the elf says, "I am Azar Thrain of Hallowfell. Next to me are Edrene, an elf of some renown, Meseric, and he goes through some, Mars Center and some other names that you probably won't remember.
Already forgotten.
Already forgotten. So,
Once he finishes, Valka pipes up. Azar Thrain, you're full of yourself, and unless you've seen actual battle, I don't care for you.
Oh, well, of course we've seen actual battle. That's why we are the Red Hawks.
I'm sorry.
Hawks.
Can you spell
Get their
that?
name right.
I'm sorry. Can you spell that for me? I have never heard of you.
Wait, how
Neither
do
have
they
I.
have?
Well,
why
you
do
guys-
they have a
You
name?
guys are from the West. You guys are from the Westlands. Here, it's a completely different law and reputation. But don't worry. We will give you plenty of opportunity to make your own names for yourselves.
I don't have to
group
make a
names,
name,
right?
I already came with one.
Yeah, but our group doesn't have a cool name like these. I mean, that says something about a group when they walk into a tavern and they have a group name.
How about Fire Eagles?
5 Evil. That's pretty terrifying.
Why not the Phoenix? It sounds a bit better than Fire something or other.
That's a single creature. What do you can't name a group out of a single creature?
And we can rise from the ashes of this group.
So they're here. Why are we
Anyway.
here? Yeah. So
Jocular.
I really got to not look at Twitch chat because it's going to just make me laugh, especially all Dungeon Doodles various quips. So, Banner, and you can tell he's kind of, he's confident, but he's good natured. He's not, he's not being too rude. But he says, so he pulls out a sheaf of parchment and kind of slaps it on the table. Or actually, who has the highest charisma in your group?
Probably me.
let me check.
I have 16.
I have 17, I think.
Oh,
I have 13.
I have 17.
I have 12.
So he goes over and slaps this parchment in your hand, Velka, and says, "I like your attitude." and he points down. He points down to the parchment. He says, "That there is good fortune, friends. That's a deed to Castle Calaylan, purchased by the guild in Renderby to use as a base of operations here in the Eastern Hinterlands. It used to belong to Orlinda Calaylan, a very rich but not very clever elven noble. One of her descendants, Maybeth, used the castle to set up an adventuring party named the Great Downwards Engineering Company. And he kind of like scoffs at that name. Their great noble purpose was to rid Rapanathik of its evil and profit from the process. After a highly successful expedition, so the legends say, Maybeth became obsessed with finding the missing prince and princess. Gesundheit. And she sold everything she owned, including the castle, and set off on a second expedition, never to be seen again. So he dusts off his hands. Your first bit of work is to go to this castle, clear the place of rats and whatever vermin you might run across, and appraise its condition. Bring anything you find back that you don't keep, and we'll put it towards your guild training, using the funds to help restore the castle. Now, go on, get some more ale, enjoy a bit of R&R, and get ready to head out to dawn's first light.
Question.
And here is where I explain to you guys how the XP system in this campaign works.
Oh, geez.
So, any unspent gold and gems can be tithed to the guild in exchange for training. Training converts treasure into XP at a 1-for-1 conversion based on the gold piece value. XP will also be awarded for story goals. No XP will be awarded for defeating monsters.
What?
It sounds reasonable.
So we buy XP or earn it through progress.
Yes.
So basically, it's a drive to get us to go deeper in the dungeon because we need the gold for training.
Or we could just keep the gold.
And it also doesn't incentivize trying to murder hobo your way through the campaign, which is a sure way to death.
Darn it. I kind of wanted to murder hobo as
I flipped the table.
What is
I mean, nothing says fun like grinding on goblins. So
why do hobos want to murder people anyway?
Because people want to murder hobos?
Did I see when he put that deed?
Well, he doesn't have it with him. Or actually, no, he did actually hand it to. Sorry, he handed it to Velka.
What's the name of the castle again?
Velka's going to start flipping through the deed and looking at all this stuff and just sort of nod.
Nod knowingly.
It all seems on the up and up.
Seems reasonable. At least enough to convince the half angel.
Oh, highly of yourself. Yes, you are. So I take it the rest of the night we get to just hang out. Have fun.
You get to carouse too.
Carouse, yes.
Well, thank you very much, my fellow Red Hawk, or my dear Red Hawks. Would you mind buying me and my lads around for our introductory night of adventure?
They all kind of look to each other and they say, usually works the other way around. But I suppose I could enjoy your boldness. He said, yes. Odo, make sure that they keep their stomachs full and their livers inflamed.
Yes.
Hear, hear.
Do I see any of their gold pouches just kind of chilling?
You're gonna get us locked up before we even get out of here, are you?
Probably.
Like per se, if I just kind of stumble. Can I do a roll?
Right.
There's probably not much among the regular crowd. It looks like more of this looks more of like a copper piece in than a gold piece in.
But I kind of really want to take something from that group. There's nothing I can anything about it.
You could try. There's a dwarf here who does. He seems already half into his cups.
Wait, what do I do?
You're gonna get us in.
And you can see he looks very friendly and forgiving.
Well, yeah, we're gonna be BFFs. Tell you what, I'll drink them under the table, and then I'm gonna steal all the stuff. It's cool.
I would like to see this.
Velka's
go ahead and give us a sleight of hand check.
Actually, I would like to distract the guy to give her advantage by dueling banjos with the liar guy down here.
Perfect.
All right. So okay. So you got advantage with the
work together.
To distract people.
Someone roll a check.
So if you click on the token, there should be some buttons that appear at the top.
To the left?
The upper left, some buttons should, like a little bar full of buttons should pop up.
Okay.
And then there's a button called check. And then there will be a drop down that you can.
Check. And then what is that? Sleight of hand?
Yeah.
Fingers crossed. Yes, no?
Oh, yeah.
Well, you got advantage. So you managed to. So you kind of lean up, and the dwarf is kind of clapping along with the playing of Devzarin with his duet with the minstrel, and he's like, ah, yeah. And then like you kind of just sort of slip in and like lean on his shoulder a little bit, kind of like you're bopping along, and then you just managed to reach your hand right into his coin purse and palm 5 gold pieces.
Sweet.
Ooh.
Teamwork.
Teamwork.
Somebody's
I give
buying
the Farzan
drinks.
2 gold pieces.
Well, thank you very much.
I see you.
So Valka is going to mention to the group as a whole that she is a surgeon and is available if anyone's got any medical issues they need to be taken care of.
Oh,
Do I
wow.
add my
Oh,
gold
that's right. Are
pieces
you
on
playing a
here?
surgeon?
I'm playing a barber surgeon, yes.
Oh, yes, a barber surgeon. Excellent.
I've got my leather working tools, so
Excellent, because we all have really cool haircuts. It's going to be the best party ever. We're going to look
and at this,
stylish.
Valka's going to go back into the corner and sit down and read her book again. If anyone catches a look at the book, it is a book of anatomy and basically is made up of images and text of dissected humans and orcs.
Oh, nice. At least it's not surgery for dummies.
I imagine they were.
My hands are totally steady.
Why
Who's this
is,
chick?
why is the surgeon drinking coffee again? All right. So, yes, let's stay. Let's.
Okay.
Oh,
Right,
we're
so-
hanging and partying. Who's the
Rotha-
one in the red? Who's the redhead?
Ooh,
That is
Sassy McSassy Pants, I think she said her name was.
That is Kalina.
Kalina? Cool.
Yes, and I'm not. I think she's a half elf.
Because we're just staying here the night, right?
Yeah. You guys are leaving at first light of dawn.
Cool. I
Kinda
invite her
shitty.
upstairs. I'm up
Well,
all night.
She's way higher level than you.
let's see that persuasion check.
So much higher level than you.
But I'm cute. Where's persuasion? There it is.
Persuasion. Luckily,
Yeah.
you had advantage.
Yeah, she's kind of like, "Ah, sorry, lass. I
I'll
have
buy
other
her a
plans."
Actually, where's that dwarf at?
What?
Buy
Buy him two
I'm
drinks.
going to roll to seduce the entire table, one by one. Find the woman I was being.
Embarrassing.
Somebody
like,
who's
you can't pay for your
Yeah.
drinks.
Give me the dwarf.
a dwarf. It's like, oh, well, lass, you do kind of look my direction, don't you? Yeah. Slurring his words. It's like, I don't think I've spent the night with an elf.
Cool. Let's go.
Oh my gosh, please.
And then I'm after that.
Do what? We'll do what Margaret Weiss in the annotated chronicles called the boot scene, which was named after named after the scenes in the original Star Trek where, like, Captain the captain would seduce some alien, and then you just panned the camera to the next scene where he's putting his boots on
Right. Oh yeah.
the next day. So
I'm like,
this is This is a PG-13 podcast. So.
I'm just saying, you guys have fun. Now it's all on you guys.
All right.
All right. So next, you guys kind of do your normal pre-adventure carousing, and the next morning, Azathrene meets you at the inn, and his companions are all kind of dressed for travel, including the dwarf who comes stumbling down the stairs, putting his boots back on. And he said, "We are going to be faring across for a 2-day reconnoiter of the road to the east, where we've heard some banditry has been taking place." So he gives you a map of the region, and he points to where the castle is. He says, "Stay on the road as long as you can. The wilderness is full of hungry beasties."
Yes, including this one.
I was going to say, what if we're more hungry than the beasties?
Right.
Feel free to eat the beasties.
You got to prove who's hungrier, I guess.
Right.
Is there a role for that?
Command,
There's several
jump
roles.
into the fire.
We call it survival.
Could also be intimidation.
That's fair.
Map. Where are we supposed to be looking at this, Floyd?
Let me get you a token here. Oh, that's too big. There we go. It should zoom you to Zelkor's Ferry.
There we are.
Shall we?
And which way is the castle? To the west?
Yes, the castle is right there.
I'm not too far.
It looks very crappy.
Well,
Like very safe. Stable.
if it was clean and well tended, this would be a really dull adventure.
It's a good thing I'm a
Castle
mason and a
needs to be
carpenter.
prepared.
Right.
I don't think this is a D&D HGTV series, right? We're not just here to fix it.
Right. Your
We're not
house is a
Chip and
dungeon.
Joanna, are we?
Surprise!
You
Old
signed up
wizard,
for it.
we're gonna renovate your tower.
Hey,
Take my
it
tower.
looks like a wonderful place for me to set up a new surgical laboratory.
You are
Might or might not be ethical. I don't know. I'm neutral.
No, you're that's just gross.
I guess that depends on if you're trying to do good research or actually help people.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm
There's no one here to help, only people to torture.
Do we have horses? That's what I would like to know. Or wait, are we? Yes. Do we have horses?
You don't have horses unless you're buying horses.
How much are horses?
I thought we were-
Why is no one a druid? Why can't you just turn into like a cheetah?
Why do
Everybody
you
rides the
insist
cheetah?
on riding everything?
Because that might encumber the cheetah.
Is there a halfling? I don't-
Let's just sprint for 200 yards and sleep for the rest of the day.
There we
Yeah.
go. All right. Well, so I take it we're doing a land journey then, just a walkabout to get to
Yes,
the castle.
and you can see the road there, which
Excellent.
was the road that you kind of, you didn't. You came by boat, but the road kind of skirts along the river there.
Got it. All right.
All right. So, you spend the better part of the morning with the sun at your back, rising lazily through the hazy sky. The air hangs heavy with the cold damp that chills through your traveling clothes. Just as the sun starts to burn off the morning fog, you see a hulking silhouette loom into view. It towers over the road, huge reptilian wings spread wide, and ram's horns framing its angular head, toothy maw also open. Putting your hands on your weapons, the mist clears, and you can see it is not but an enormous statue overlooking the bridge ahead, one arm outstretched pointing southwest.
I knew that was a statue.
I've forgotten. Valka's supposed to be German, so I guess I'll try and do a German accent. So,
No, good luck. Good luck.
this appears to be very fine architecture. I would like it very much.
Like in your house, in your home.
Yes, it would look lovely
It's fine and well enough, but unless we're going to find the artisan who made it and steal his gold, it's not going to be any sort of treasure.
I'm only in it for the treasure.
Slaves you could get to tow it for you.
Was it the? So is this blocked by any way, or are you just walking across this bridge?
No, it doesn't block the bridge. It's kind of off the bridge, and the bridge is pretty old, but it's a solid stone bridge.
Are there any inscriptions or writing on the statue?
No, nothing. No runes, no nothing.
All right, let's go.
Yeah.
So Valka's going to take some notes of it really quick, and then go on.
Yeah. We'll walk across.
Yeah, Valka, give me an investigation check.
Okay.
Yeah, you're too engrossed in what you're writing down to notice anything out of the ordinary.
It is very pretty.
But is it anatomically correct, Doctor?
I don't know. I specialize in orcs and humans, not in the dragons.
Oh, pity. They seem to be more fun.
Well, maybe I will get the chance to add them to my book later. You'll have to slay one for me first.
Challenge accepted, my dear man.
How big is the statue? Is it like 20 feet tall?
Yeah, it's close to like 12 feet tall, I believe.
Are there any like gems or anything on it, or is it just like a plain old statue?
It's just plain old stone. It looks like kind of native stone. Nothing
Worth anything?
The geologist in me screams.
I think I'm already halfway across the bridge.
Yeah, there's no gems or anything. I'm just going.
We'll note it as we walk across, though. This would be a perfect place for an ambush.
Probably.
Should we ambush somebody? Is that what you're suggesting?
Right? Yes. We could.
Well, then, if we want to ambush someone, I would suggest to take a place on either side of the bridge, not in the middle.
That's where the best fishing is.
Is anybody going to stand on either side of the bridge?
What do you mean?
I will.
We're walking across it, right?
Oh, okay.
Do I have anything special I can...
Started walking across the bridge.
All right, yeah. So you walk across the bridge, and nothing interesting happens, and you can continue on your way.
What? Excellent. All right, I will hail everybody.
Let's go back.
I will hail everybody that is still looking at the statue from across. Hello, hey.
Valka is gonna hustle a little bit to catch up.
All right. Is everybody else following?
Yes.
Yep.
Come on, Rogue, do roguey things.
I'm trying.
It's like on the top of the statue.
I want to be on like
looking around.
I want to be like hiding.
Hiding on a
I
bridge.
think I can use trance.
You can't.
No, Mask of the Wild. I just want to be like stealthy. No one can see me.
FYI, whoever's streaming, you probably want to scroll down the chat bar because it's showing back at the persuasion checks and stuff.
Oh, there we go. That's my screen. Okay.
Yeah, can I use Mask of the Wild so I can just wander through without really being detected?
I believe Mask of the Wild like a. I don't
know.
I'm familiar with that.
Is that a ranged passive?
I have no idea. It's not telling me.
Click the little bubble. There should be a bubble that pops up when you hover over it.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a ritual.
Okay.
Okay.
You can attempt to hide.
Bridges
But it's
You're only lightly obscured.
No, that's not gonna work. That's not what I want. I mean, we are next to foliage, though. Can I just?
You're
I
So
on
if
a
you
bridge.
decided to go through the through the edge of the road instead of the center, you could probably do it.
Yeah.
But I think you're going to have to go like half movement speed or something.
To be stealthy, yeah. Though, so when you step to the side of the road, kind of like trying to get your stealthy bearings, or at least, oh, maybe I can wear this as a ghillie suit or something. You see a path, kind of like a short path, kind of curls under the bridge.
I want to check it out.
All right. So yeah, it looks kind of like an animal path. You get on the underside of it, and you can see what looks like sort of the remnants of a small camp. There's this scattered sort of fire ring of stones and just a pile of canvas sort of collapsed next to it.
Okay, I want to check that.
So Valka is going to sort of notice out of the corner of her eye that the rogue is doing something. Going to turn around and go, "Wait, where are you going? Hold on. Attention!
I'm wandering off.
The elf has seemed to have found something and will not tell us what they have found."
I'm still trying to figure it out. It's not letting me roll.
Oh, because you don't have it. We don't have any tokens up there.
Hatang!
Oh yeah, you have to
The
get
rogue is being sneaky. This is news to no one.
You'll have to open.
So
up your
is
chest.
you pick through the you pick through the canvas,
Mhm.
and it looks like it was like some sort of tent. But you find you find a coin purse in the rumpled remains of the tent.
What's in the coin purse?
So there's 35 silver pieces and a vial that is
Cool. I
sealed.
pocket it without saying anything to anyone.
Nothing down here, guys.
And then I go back up and I tell them, "Hey, I found something. Looks like people have been here. FYI."
Do you know anything about why they might have been there?
No idea. That's where you guys come in.
Ah,
Was this just under the bridge?
so you want us to check it out, is what you were saying.
Yeah, coast is clear.
All right, let's go into the bridge then. I'm going to cross the top of the bridge. Then I'll come back.
Yeah, so you kind of investigate it, and like I said, that it looks like it's been long abandoned. There's no like signs of people or like anybody here recently. The canvas of the tent is completely useless, and there's nothing under it or anything like that.
But we can't tell. There's no. There wasn't any like fire or anything. We can't tell off of that.
No, it looks like it's been weeks, maybe months since
Gotcha.
it has been inhabited.
All right.
Well done. I thought there might be something that I could use to make a poultice. Unfortunate.
You and your poultice.
Just your random treasure cache, I guess.
All right,
Not that we would know,
towards
unless
Yeah,
someone
right,
wants
right.
to roll a.
Let's hit
Okay,
the
let's
What
go
do
forward
you
for
have?
you guys.
road.
I found.
Correct.
I'll give you this. I found this vial. This is the only thing I found.
Ah,
I'd like to roll an insight check to see if I know that that's a deception or not.
Well, she'll have to roll her deception.
yep.
How do I roll?
So you go onto your character sheet, and then there's your skills, and you press the word.
What? This is
Or
my
you
first
can
time doing
roll-
this. I'm sorry.
You can roll
Okay,
those
so
dice if you want.
If you open up your character sheet under
Yeah.
core, inspiration is at the top, then proficiency bonus, then saving throws, and then skills, and then go to deception and just click the word.
I don't see where you're saying that. I have core, bio, and spell.
Yes. So you're
Under
on
the core
core.
tab.
Scroll down.
Yeah. Scrolling down.
It's on the left-hand side, right next to your scores.
Oh,
your skills.
deception. Got it.
All right. Insight does Davzarian? Davzarin? That's a lot of
Davzaron.
Davzaron?
Davzaron.
Dave.
Dave. Oh, jeez.
So she's a terrible liar and you're a terrible detector of said lie.
She seems on the up and up.
I'm still like trying to be so sneaky, but no.
It's all I found, I swear.
fine.
Well, all right. Yeah, I believe her. Don't you?
Velka's gonna just watch this interaction and go,
It's because I totally gave him money, and he's like, yeah.
That's true. She did pay me off.
I did. I knew that would come in handy.
Well, I guess that is fine. I would like use of the vial. I might perhaps be able to make something with it later.
Okay, here you go. I'll hand it over. That's fine. I don't really mess around with vials and potions.
So you guys head off and continue down the road.
You've given the warlock a potion vial. This is your first mistake.
horrible. Like, oh my god. Just like slowly back away.
So the remainder. Oh, that's just to denote where that occurred.
Oh, so it's not the dragon statue. It's just an encounter.
It's a landmark. Hold on. Oh, you can't see the name. There we go. How about that?
Okay. Oh, it's not a dragon statue.
Yeah, it's a demon statue.
Okay.
It's draconic-ish, I guess, but yeah. So the remainder of the afternoon is dark clouds rolling in from the west that spare you but soaks you with a persistent drizzle. Following the road along the southern banks of the river, the dark wood to the south seems to stretch ever closer like gnarled fingers of a fen witch. Up ahead, you see a large ancient stone marker with the number 50 carved into it in several languages. Most of it is barely perceptible from the ravages of erosion and time. Lying in the shadow of the marker, you see a lone wagon overturned, 2 of its wheels broken to splinters.
So when it starts raining, Valka is going to mention to the group, be very careful. Not only will the rain disguise anyone who wants to attack us, but also you can get shoe rot very easily. And you do not want that. It usually means you lose it all.
I only have 4, anyway.
I take good care of
Let's investigate this overturned wagon here.
All right, so as you approach it, you find a smashed barrel that smells strongly of stale wine, and a handful of bags of grain and barley that were ripped open.
Does it seem recent that this happened?
Yeah, it doesn't seem that long ago.
Like any footprints, possibly.
Is the grain and barley still good?
Not really. At this point, it's kind of it's pretty waterlogged.
The wine's probably
And who has the highest perception? Passive.
Mine's 13.
Well,
Are there any bloodstains on the cart?
I have a whole one.
Not on the cart, but as you approach the cart, like you get this smell hits you of like
fermented
rot.
Oh,
Oh, great.
rot.
Rot.
Oh, not like
Decay.
fermentation.
Smells of death.
Yes. Velka would very much know that smell.
From like across the way, so like, is there a body? Is there something dead?
Stand by.
It seems to be coming from underneath the overturned wagon.
Oh, did someone get crushed?
Splat.
I want Valkyrie to like scooch out and check it out.
So Valka's going to approach and idly cast light on something nearby to make sure that everyone has good vision, because I don't know if everyone has dark vision, but just making sure that we have good light. And then she's going to go, this appears very heavy, and I am not a heavy lifter. Would one of the strong men please help me with this?
calling a man.
Yes.
Strong orc. Strong orc.
Oh, well, there you go. Santa comes up with like one strong arm and just kind of hefts it up, nearly flipping it back over onto its right side.
Men can't do that.
And yes, you see a fairly not super fresh body, but definitely in the advanced stages of decay. If Velka, you want to make a medicine check?
Sure. Huh. All right.
Well, you can identify there's like some bite marks and like some wicked looking cuts, though you're not sure what the bite marks could have come from or the cuts.
Can I do a more specific check with like a stick or something to see if there are like rot grubs or anything nasty living in it?
Sure. Yeah, you can make another medicine check for that.
Okay. Oh, good.
It has maggots
Either good or
and
bad.
stuff like that, but you're not entirely sure how long this body has been dead.
So
but it couldn't be more than a week.
Velka's going to turn to the others and say, "This was very viciously attacked. It seems to have been bitten by something. Thinking about what they told us earlier, we may be dealing with some rats, very large rats, rodents of unusual size, if you will.
Ginorma rats. Yes.
Yes. So the other thing I would note is if you have any temptations to loot this, be very careful because sometimes things live in the body, and this is old enough that they are maggots. You may
She's
find
already taken
yourself
through the body.
greeted with carrion beetles or something else.
Any weapons or anything else on this thing?
No, and no sign of the horse. It's obviously a horse wagon, but
All right. Let's go hunting some rats.
now somebody said that they were looking around for tracks.
Yes. Rouse tracks.
Make a survival check. Mouse tracks. Yeah.
Rouse with an R.
Oh,
Rodents of unusual size. Right? Let's open this up.
Yes.
here.
ROUS.
Oh, sorry. I was already open here. Are we making a nature check? Or
survival.
Survival check, yes. Oh.
Oh, okay. So yeah, you see a number of tracks, booted tracks of various size, from like a child's tracks to like almost a half orc's size tracks, and the horseshoes of looks like a horse having been led away, and then it heads south up into the wooded hills.
Towards the castle.
Yes.
All right.
Can I poke the body with a stick?
Oh my God. Between you and
To see if there's
You
any
can
beetles.
poke the body with a stick.
What
Yeah,
do
I
I
mean some maggots and stuff kind of slurp out of it, squirm out of it, but
Any money?
money. This guy has no like coin purse or anything.
Okay.
He looks like he's been thoroughly ruffled through.
Cool. I say we follow the tracks then.
yeah. Drax it is.
See, if this were first edition, that would have killed someone.
Right.
You know what? That kind of caution will help you in this adventure, this campaign. So
That's what I was
don't.
poking it with the stick, not with my finger.
Frog God Games does pride themselves on fifth edition rules, first edition feel. So that's kind of one of their taglines.
Yeah, no, I definitely remember Rot Grubs, and it was like, oh, look at this shiny plate armor. Oh wait, now I've got Rot Grubs and die in 10 minutes.
Oh god.
Like, no perception check, nothing. Your character just dies in 10 minutes, and then they go, oh, hey, you got Rot Grubs.
Well, that's good to know. I haven't
Not as good
played
as
in such a
Skittles
long
Pops.
time.
All right, let's head south and track this horse down.
All right,
Go in
so-
the same area.
So yeah, the tracks, you follow the tracks, for about half an hour or so, and the tracks kind of merge with an actual. It looks like an old cobble path that might have one time been some road or something of the sort. So you follow it further south up in the hill, and so up ahead you see this large angular hill kind of juts out above the tree line. And its only traversable face rises 50 feet, flattening out before rising again to its peak. A crumbling structure is crammed onto the flat plateau below the peak. The walls are about 25 feet high before plunging to a dry moat that surrounds it. A series of rotting planks are nailed together to form a crude drawbridge to the front gate.
Wow, this doesn't look safe at all.
So who wants to go first?
Yeah, maybe we should.
Valka
establish-
nominates the orc because he appears to be very strong.
Yeah, we
I
should
agree.
establish the marching
second that.
order.
Am I the only orc?
I'm only half.
Well, I'm only half also.
Oh, well then, yes. Be
Oh, well,
specific.
two halves make the
Together.
whole.
That's right. We make one.
Yeah, so now you link
Wonder orc
arms.
powers activate.
Oops.
Yeah.
We have him in the middle of us, in between us. Here we go. All right. We'll clear the path.
Valka's going to follow decently close, but not close, like 10 feet back probably,
I'll probably be behind you.
with a hand on her longsword, because she's seen some shit.
All right. Yeah, we'll proceed forward.
All right.
Do the tracks still lead this direction? Do we see any movement or any?
Yeah, they lead right toward the drawbridge.
Okay.
So do you want a marching order?
That works.
Yeah, that might not be a bad idea. Hold on a second, though.
See, these are the moments where having a halfling rogue makes sense, because the halfling rogue can hide behind the half-orc.
True.
So who has the highest perception? Passive perception?
We got 12.
Probably the rogue, possibly the bard.
Mine's 13.
Perception.
Mine's only 11.
Passive. I have 11.
So I guess it's mine.
Oh,
So you
hold on a
probably
second.
go
I'll
second.
get you guys arranged here.
And actually, this might be a good
You guys
time. I'm gonna have to hop off. I'm so sorry. But I gotta
Who wants to be the rogue?
do me well.
Or you have to leave.
I have to leave. I have to make food.
Food.
So apparently the rogue's going to be in the front.
Yes.
We'll push the rogue forward on a 20-foot stick.
Right.
All I ask is that when I die, just take all my coins and put them to good use.
Define good.
Yeah, exactly right.
Debauchery.
Okay. Can do.
Perfect.
We will take
Awesome.
care of it.
All right, thank you so much, guys. Next time we get together and play, I'll be able to do the full time, but I wasn't able to do
We
it
had a
today.
late start today, so thanks.
That was short notice.
I know. Sorry.
At least
Good to
it's-
meet you.
Yeah, you guys as well. Have
Bye.
fun.
But
Bye.
Have fun storming the castle.
Yes, all right.
So I would suggest, considering our team composition, that maybe we have the two half-orcs go up front, followed by Valka, because she is ironically one of the tankier characters we have. But she doesn't need to be in melee range. And then the rogue and the bard in back.
What class does Dav?
I'm a bard.
But you have the highest perception.
Guess who got voluntold?
Yeah.
So I should probably be at the top.
Well, let's let me see. Oh yes, we have the fog of war. So we're gonna pull this. Oh, let's scoot it out a bit for everybody. Okay. All right. I suppose there we go. Move forward.
The phallic formation.
I'll play Volka. Oh wait, no, the Volka's you. I'll play Ariala. Do I have control of her token? I do.
Let there be light, said the DM.
Nice. Well, yes, you can. You can see up ahead.
All right. Let's find this drawbridge.
Wow, this map's almost big enough to warrant that warlock thing where you can shoot people with Eldritch Blast from like 600 feet away.
This map anyway. I wouldn't get your hopes up for that being too often.
I want a warlock in a open fields warfare campaign where that just becomes the single most powerful ability. But it's like almost never a chance when you're going to need 600-foot range on something.
All right. So for the meta game here, you guys aren't this close yet.
Right.
This is just how close the map gets. And there's a whole bunch of foliage because the forest has kind of grown up almost to that up to the cliff of the hill. So you guys aren't necessarily in view of anything at the castle yet. So does anybody want to reconnoiter, or do you want to just march right up the drawbridge?
Whoop, let's march right up.
All right.
These don't look
two
like rats.
Two hulking kind of brutish looking things that have like sort of like canine jackal hyena type heads step out from the shadows of the guard post. And then they look to each other, and then they look to the half orc. And the one kind of like takes a step back, like he is possibly not going to charge forward, but maybe charge away. And at this point in time, we will go ahead and roll initiative.
Would a 13 on nature check be enough to know that they are gnolls?
We lost Floyd.
I think he might be reconnecting.
There we go. There's a picture of Floyd.
Who's driving the rogue, by the way?
I'll drive the rogue. That's fine. If you want to, unless you want to drive the rogue, since she owes you money.
That's fair.
Yeah, right.
I'll go for it.
That is probably the most half-orky initiative you could have rolled without rolling a 1.
What do you mean by that?
I don't know. What do I mean by that, Mr. Barbarian?
Okay. Hmm.
And,
All right.
and Floyd, you said that they kind of seemed taken aback, maybe scared.
Yeah, he mentioned for some reason that it looked like he came forward, like they came forward, and I don't know. Should we try and intimidate, or is there going to be some sort of? Or is there something standing behind me? Are you guys all running up towards us?
I have an idea.
Okay. Either something's going
Yeah,
to
if you're
happen.
going to intimidate, I would be happy to roll with intimidate. I'm good at that.
So we're in the chat, so it doesn't look like you can see us. Looks like he's typing something.
Be right back.
Guess we're all taking a break.
Okay.
No word from Floyd yet?
Not yet.
All right, wait for him to chat in. I'm going to check on Facebook here as we take a break. Floyd. All right. Then I guess we get into combat.
Hello, chat. How are you? I hope you're having a fine evening tonight. I'm all right. Having some D&D, and that's always a good moment.
Sorry about this. Not sure why. We can. A couple minutes. We spent 2 hours working on trying to get this all set up for the stream. And I forgot that as well. All right. Tea break.
Sorry about that.
Does my camera show up for you, Wayne?
There you go.
Yep, got
You're
it.
back, Floyd.
Cool. I had a connection error at one point, so
Oops.
I don't know if it was my internet or it's just Roll20 being annoying.
By the way, I was asking before you left, is a 13 on nature high enough to know if they're a knoll?
Yeah, you'd be, this would, if you've never met a Nolan battle, you've heard of them. They're not the particularly rare creatures.
I didn't want to go, oh, they're gnolls, and be like, that's player information for this world.
Now, most of the common stuff your characters probably would know, like humanoids and beasts and things like that.
Well, especially
yeah.
being with armies and soldiers at some point. So
Yeah, of course, you know, even like I said at the beginning, even your own like player knowledge will at times not work in your favor. So there's always the chance of getting something wrong.
absolutely, especially with a good DM.
Varen has
Well, you have to settle for me.
Hey now, you're doing just fine.
So what is your idea, Dave?
His idea is to look poetically to.
Oh. Go back down.
He's looking for forlorn and pensive.
Yes.
Now, Floyd, you had mentioned that they seem to be kind of faltering in their resolve.
Not so much that. Like, it looks like one.
Alarm.
Yeah, they weren't expecting you, and they're like making a decision whether to stand their ground or maybe get reinforcements.
All right. Well, I'm going to cast Minor Illusion to make it look like this half-orc suddenly is wreathed in like, blue flames, and he's very intimidating.
So minor illusion is always a static thing, so there's no animation to it whatsoever.
Okay,
so it's like a solid object.
A blue aura.
So it's gonna be like a kind of just. But as soon as he moves, like it's not going to follow him. So.
Well, this will hopefully allow him to be very intimidating.
You could do, if you wanted to do a flame aura, do it right behind him so it like bursts out from around his sides, and that way when he moves forward, it won't necessarily ruin the illusion.
It won't have animation at all, though. It can't have animation.
Yeah.
It's just a little.
Right. Yeah. It's just gonna. Yeah. It's not gonna pulse or anything. It's just gonna be kind of like a halo.
Yeah. There we go.
That works too, as long as it gives him some sort of intimidating effect.
So we've come to take care of your rat problem.
Is our rogue in the turn order?
I don't think so.
Oh, should not roll. Oh, yeah. I rolled for her. So.
No. Okay. Well, she would be first, but she's pondering her move first.
Right. Yeah, I'm not sure how we can. So do I have a? Yeah, I can totally drive her if I go in her character sheet. That's right. Okay, cool. Never mind. So taking a defensive stance back here. Ooh, I got a glowing blue head. Nice. All right.
Difficult question on whether or not to blow a warlock spell on this, because I could definitely make one of them stop.
Save your spells.
Yeah, but my cantrips are the important spells, and I've got as many of those as I need. So
True. This is true. Shoot all your spells at once.
But I'm wondering if I should just try intimidate, because I've got +5 to intimidate at level 1, which is.
That'll be all right. I should have really printed out my character sheet.
You're with sister movement now.
So what is Ari doing? She's just hanging back.
Hanging back, watching, readying her. I believe she's got some sort of long range weapon.
She's got a short bow.
A short bow, yes.
So what is the trigger for her to fire her short bow?
As soon as they show any action moving towards the orc. So she's got it aimed at this guy right here. And if this one right here
Okay.
is starting to back up, she's got this one. She's watching here in case somebody tries to go find reinforcements. That's the one she's going to nail.
All right.
But doesn't want to do it yet until he starts screaming.
All right. Roth, you you have this blue glow around you. It's very static, but it's kind of like
Right. Oh, and first off, let me see. What does Roth have for weapons? What did you give him here? A great sword. Ah, yes, and a hand axe and a javelin. All right, let's go ahead and take the great sword out. He pulls out the great sword. It looks just like almost a hand and a half to him in his hands, and push up his glasses and head towards this person right here. This unlucky, dog-headed man. All right. And we'll like to attack that one. Knowles. Boo. Oh, so I get to go.
Oh, Floyd's locked up again.
He's locked up. Well, let's see what I do anyway, since he's not here. What does he do? Let's go. Great swords! Yes. That's not
I'm
bad.
going to guess that might be a hit.
That probably
but
hit, I'd say. You're standing
Hey, Ryan?
over, huh? Yes.
If you go into your character sheet, up by core, bios, spells, and then you have the wheel. If you click on the wheel,
Yeah.
and then go down to, there's NPC, roll queries, whisper rolls, auto damage roll.
Oh.
Change that to so it does always roll damage.
Why?
So then when you click, it won't just show you the 17 and 20, it'll also roll damage.
Oh.
yeah, but I think we should wait until the DM says to roll damage.
Yeah, we just have it set for off, and then I just hit the greatsword for the
Okay.
damage.
I just try to streamline things.
Yeah.
By the way, if you
I like
go
to
to
roll.
the names down at the bottom, where it says DM Floyd, and you hit reset player, it should reconnect Floyd without having to reconnect all the way.
Where does it say reset on his thing here?
So right click on DM Floyd down at the bottom.
Oh, and on his character, okay, there we go, reset player.
Yes. And you can also reconnect all.
Right. All right,
From
there we
there.
go. There he is.
yeah, you probably have to do all because the
Yeah.
interface have to run through all.
Oh, I see.
My Chrome crashed. Sorry about that. So I apparently am taxing it.
Cool.
Stupid Chrome.
Alrighty.
Okay, so I see Roth has moved forward.
Yes.
So do you have any witty battle charge, or are you just running up and stabbing?
Oh, I already did. I already said we're here for the rats.
Oh, okay.
Drew out his
Yes.
sword. And
A 17 will hit. You can go ahead and roll damage.
went up. And a 17 did hit. All right. Woohoo. Wait. There we go.
It bellows in pain, like and it was the one that was kind of like hesitating.
Ah.
So
It yells in pain. Yes. All right. That is all he can do. Somebody else can move up into the aura of light, though, and make their head all shiny, which would be cool.
Well, no, we're doing
Just
it
light on your ponytail.
All right.
all right, this guy up here bellows a loud like howl, and then charges over to Roth. Hold on, why is he calling him a frost giant? That is not a frost giant.
I hope that's not a problem.
wrong game.
Yeah, no kidding.
I mean, it could be a frost giant if you wanted it to be a frost giant.
I guess it could be.
Roth immediately.
Yeah, so he charges forward to stab you with a spear, and just like just bounces the head like behind you against the wall.
Excellent.
I think we're gonna have Velka punish that because that's great.
It was my
Oh,
awesome.
this is
my
Valka's
awesome
turn.
moves.
Oh, sorry. Ari can let go of her arrow
Okay. How do I?
because she said she wanted to fire at that.
Oh,
if
that's
it
right.
Made an aggressive move.
Let's do that. All right. So I'm gonna go to. Oh wait, I can just shoot. If that will that work for her? I suppose, right?
22 will hit. Damage.
Nice. All right. Come on, give me a good one. Yes.
6 piercing.
She lets
All
loose
right.
an arrow this side of this. Which one did she shoot at? This one right here or this one? I think she
Yeah,
shot this one.
the one in direct on her line of sight.
Right.
Valka.
All right. Anyone remember how to make the line pop up that tells you how far?
It's on the left hand upper side. It looks like a circle with a line through it.
Fourth one down.
Okay.
And if you right click, you can it'll use that as a spot, and then you can move it so you can draw a path if you want while you're holding the like that.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. I was just asking because there was a way to do it from the token too. Oh, there is. If you right click when you're holding the token, you can still do it. I think, or maybe you can't. Nope, you totally can. Okay. So Valka's gonna come right here, and she's going to target this gnoll. Raise her longsword and utter sever.
Ooh.
17 will hit. Damage.
I like warlocks.
Nice. How do we get the fancy effect?
All right. Yeah, so it slams into its haunch, basically. Its kidney blow with the Eldritch Blast. The other one tries to take a swipe at Roth. 10 miss.
That's right. Whew. I bound him up. I'm just gonna lean in.
And he is going to attempt to move, provoking an attack of opportunity. Go ahead, Wayne. You may make your opportunity attack if you want.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, good. Go ahead. 6 more. He is looking like he has definitely lost the vigor for this conflict.
Stand down, you fools.
Target. Chest. Excellent.
All right.
Did he run away?
Santa. Yes, he did.
He fled. What?
Run, cowards.
I will double move.
Oh yeah.
I'm done.
Real quick, what is your passive perception, Santa?
11.
All right. What is Roth's?
Passive perception. Let's.
Yeah.
Oh, hello. Where's my character sheet? Core. Passive perception is 12.
All right, and in the tower ahead of you, you can see up in the the second story of the tower, you can see some shadows moving in the very narrow slitted windows.
Can he yell back to everyone, arrows? Look out for arrows above!
Is this the tower?
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's Sansa's turn. Ari?
All right. Ari's going to go right here. Take a knee. Aim for this guy right here who looks like he's about ready to get creamed by Santa. But anyways, we'll try it again. We'll just try and shoot with a short bow.
17 will hit.
There's a lot of 17s today.
Right.
Yeah, you guys are going to get a little overconfident here.
Oh, yeah.
7 piercing. Right through its throat. It just like slices through, like right across both artery, or both blood vessels, and then it just kind of goes and
Gurgling.
And just kind of like falls between the two of you.
Overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
Half orcs. You know. That's right.
Do you want Ari to do any further movement?
No, she'll stand up. Dust off.
All right. And by
Dust
the way,
off her pants.
if she hits somebody that is adjacent to an ally, she gets sneak attack damage too.
Oh, that's right.
Not that it mattered here, but
That's true.
As long as she's within 30 feet.
Yeah.
no, I think it's just if she hits somebody that is engaged with an ally,
Yeah. Because
or she has advantage.
right.
Yeah, but I think it's within 30 feet.
Is it?
Dispute. Just fight. No. You're not even in the same room, damn it.
No, there is no.
Oh. Okay. That's even better.
It must be one of those bastard 3.5 rules.
Right.
Maybe. Might also be for one of the feats.
So those two are down, or one is down. Do I see the other one right here running away?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Santa. Why did that? That shouldn't. Yeah, you guys can't see. My bad, guys. 1 second. Never whisper rolls. It whispered the roll. So I rolled a 16 to hit Santa. And that will be a 7 piercing damage from one of the arrow slits up here.
Oh. But once we get through this door is open, right? This is like an entry point.
Yeah.
Or is this open?
All right, Roth.
Out here.
You also take 7 piercing damage as an arrow flies from over here.
What?
Archers!
I just
Or-
broke out.
And then now it is Daz's turn.
That hurt. That hurt really bad. Davs. Or as we like to call them, the Davs.
The devs. Let's see.
Can you draw lines where the arrow slits are on the wall?
Oh, yeah, here, let me.
Yeah, I'm having a hard time figuring out where exactly they are.
Well, this is a uneven.
Oh, they're over there.
I will dash. Just kind of come up to here. So I'm going to get a shot. What are these? Do I know what these are yet, Floyd?
Difficult terrain.
Yeah, it's just rubble and dryness.
Perfect. That's my turn.
All right, Roth.
Yes. Ouch. These are hurting. So, I am going to. I cannot catch. Boy, these gnolls are fast. What the what?
Well, he moved 30 feet.
Well, he was right next to me. 30. I can't even catch up with them. Or can I? Yes.
Yeah, right there. Yeah, see, that's 30 feet.
All right. Let's see here.
Being up against the wall, you also have cover from the archers.
Yeah. So that's what he was thinking too. So he's gonna run. He's gonna dash, or he's gonna just hoof it as fast as he can up against this wall here. And as he gets up towards this fleeing gnoll, he'll go ahead and see if he can strike him from behind. Maybe
all right.
Cut to the thighs and the legs that keep him from moving. So
you're heaving thews.
Taking him out here. I could throw the javelin. That would have been pretty impressive, but then you lose the javelin.
That'll hit.
That might work. Take a leg off, possibly. 7 slashing.
Yes. He just bleeds out from his whatever that vein is. Asphalca. Yeah, he basically just his legs swept out from underneath him. He's laying there, and he just drops. And
a good hit to the femoral artery, if I could see it.
If you were there. All right, so he's down, and then he'll back up. If he's got any movement left, he'll just try and back up, keep close to the walls to try and avoid the arrows coming down on him. And that will be the turn.
All right.
Could I ask what the triangles are up there? We're looking at these triangles.
Difficult terrain, so they cost you twice as much movement to pass through.
Gotcha.
And this arrow slit up here does not have a straight bead on anybody quite yet. Valka.
All right. So I'm assuming that these slits are in the directions of the arrows.
Yeah, more or less. They have kind of like a conical, like an arrow slit is.
Yeah. So the reason I'm asking is because this spot is particularly sheltered.
Yes.
And Valka is going to go ahead and move to right there. And I can't see anything else. And then I still have line of sight on them, correct?
You can you have line of sight on the arrow slits, but you would unless you have some sort of like area effect or grenade type of thing, you are going to have disadvantage to even try to hit.
Oh, well, I wasn't going to use something to try and hit. I was asking if I had line of sight for command.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Stop shooting us. That would be a great one.
Yeah, halt.
Yeah.
Yes, it's one word, so.
Oh. Shit.
So go ahead and roll what the spell is, so I can make the saving throw.
I have to choose my word carefully, so I'll have to think about what that word is. I'm going to go for this one.
Okay. And that is a wisdom save.
Nope.
Not gonna bother to ask what your DC is. I'm pretty sure it's higher than that.
And Valka is going to raise her sword. Glowing eldritch tendrils are going to surround it, and she's going to say, I command you, run!
All right. And now, is that immediate, or is it on its turn?
It succeeds on the saving throw or follow the command on its next turn.
Okay. Good.
And doesn't have an effect if it doesn't understand your language or if your command is directly harmful to it.
Gotcha. All right, Santa.
So is this the one that shot at me?
Yes.
And then can I stand in this square?
Yeah, you could basically
Hug the wall.
hug the wall.
Alright, first, on this space in here, I'll do this.
All right, and you're doing it at the one up here?
Yep.
Okay. And that gets around cover, if I remember correctly, right?
No, not sure. I think so.
Sacred Flame. Yeah, pretty sure it ignores cover.
Is it a saving throw or is it an attack?
It's a dex save.
Yeah, then it ignores cover.
All right, 14. So they apparently aren't wise, but very quick, whatever they are.
Move up here. There's a bonus action. I'll do this. I'll look at my hands and say, damn it. Help me, God.
Oh no.
There is your god now.
Guess I'll take the first one. Alright, I'm done.
Okay. Ari?
I think Wayne is exited right now.
Oh, okay. Dav, you want to grab the rogue?
Sure.
Remember, yeah, whatever.
Whatever, stop it. I just got her.
Oh, Wayne's back.
Perfect.
Sorry.
Wayne, move your rogue.
How to shut the door. Let me see here. Let's see. I think she's gonna go right here. And any way to get a good look at the? Can she see through the crenellation there? Is she able to maybe take a shot with her bow?
Yeah, it just has full cover, so or it has 3/4 cover, which means she has a disadvantage.
Oh, you think that? You think that? So is this rolling advantage every time rolls?
Yeah, it rolls twice, so we'll just take the lower of the two numbers, which will be the 6.
Yeah.
Or the natural 1, as it turns out.
All right, cool. All right, and
Santa has to duck out of the way as the
right.
arrow falls down.
All right, and that'll be her turn.
All right. So that archer fires back at her. 12 won't hit, so she's pretty quick. This one runs away.
Ducks back behind Dave.
At his fastest possible move speed, too. I like that one.
Yeah, because that means it'll have to use twice its movement to come back.
Yep. It's got a real long way to go.
Dav?
Yes, I'm not used to that name yet.
Yalmer?
Yeah, there we go. Let's see. Kind of peek in my head and see what's going on. And this guy's running away right now, right?
Yes.
Yeah, he is. He's not there.
You hear footsteps. And his friend's going, "What are you doing?"
All right. Well. I'm getting closer to here to the rest of my movement. And I guess I'll dash. I don't really have much I can do.
All right, Roth?
And
All right. There we go. Let's see. Wow. Looking around here, I'm going to kind of take a look at the surrounding area here. Are these doorways? Are they all closed? I'm looking back now since this guy is bleeding all over me. It looks like the only attackers we have.
So all the brown things are doors that are shut, yes. So you'll see there's one on the north side, one directly to the west, and one to the southwest. And then over on the other end, there's a bunch more.
I think the first order of business is really we're just going to have to take care of these arrows because these archers are going to be picking us off. I am bleeding heavily here. So yeah, he will probably take a stance up here by the door. Does it open outward or inward?
It would open away from you.
Oh, that's going to be unfortunate. All right. I will. Let's see. Roth will look back, find out, see what's happening with everyone else. There's no way he can get. I don't think he's got a javelin, so he can't even use an arrow or anything to try and get these guys open. But he'll check out the door itself, find out if it is. I'm assuming it's barred. That's what he's looking at. But he's gonna rattle them. See if they
All right,
can
so
get the party indoors.
Let me tell you about these doors. So these great doors look like they've survived for centuries. They're unlike the rest of the castle. They're very sturdy. They look very thick, and they're pretty massive. And they don't seem to budge much when you lean up against them. So they're not just ready to push open.
There are doors all over the place here. Okay, oh, that's right. I got to get used to the fact that this is Fog of War, but all this is all the interior right there. All right, so that'll be the best he can do at this point, unless we try and go down there. But
yeah, and by the way, since you are the broadcaster, you can see through all the other players' eyes. That's why you can see so much.
Right, wherever they are. Okay.
Yeah, just because it's kind of crummy to broadcast only on your perspective, and then if you're in a little dark area,
right,
the viewers can't see anything.
Yeah,
Wayne
so
has special eyes.
Yeah, that was my 30 feet. So
Yeah, so your character can't actually see those doors all the way up in the.
Up here, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so he's banging on the doors. He's checking the doors. They're super solid. Nothing's happening. There's nobody else here. No other guards. They're raining down arrows, so that'll be his turn for right now. There's nothing more he can do until we can find our way in, or he'll make his way to another doorway next round. But right now, he'll just try and rattle those doors.
All right, yeah, and they seem locked. So they do have a keyhole of some sort.
Ah.
Otherwise, you were probably going to have to use force. All right, this archer up here has a penalty to hit Dav Zarin because of the angle, but he's going to try to do it anyway with his disadvantage. 6, no, whizzes right over your head. Valka.
All right. Let's get up here and join the wall huddle. All right. Can't see anybody else. Correct?
Not from your position, no.
All right. Well, then we are going to go ahead and how high up are the arrow slits?
I believe the next floor is at least 10 feet up, but let me double check. Ceiling height. 12 feet to the next floor.
Okay. Then we are going to spend double move. Come around over here and right here.
All right, Santa.
I will say, Volka, show him we have the deed. This is our castle.
Right?
They roll respect to roll on, don't they?
I'm not sure that will exactly work, but I think I catch your drift. I think I may show them a different way through the light of the Eldritch. I mean, good healing.
All right, I'll try my tactic again. And I'll move back here.
All right, save throw. That's Dex. 12. Just made it.
Eventually, I will kill you.
All right, Arnie.
All right. Let's see here. Let me look here. Okay, she's going to. There's no place to hide from these guys here, so I think at this point.
Up against the wall.
Yeah, pretty much.
Or she could take cover behind that wagon over there.
Right. Let's make it there. 15, 20, 25, 30. So that's basically as far as she can go. Now, from this vantage point, what about this guy right here? Or which one's in a better vantage point to shoot?
So this arrow slit is empty because the archer ran away. This one is still here. Has not yet been accosted.
All right. She'll turn and shoot.
Ooh.
Didn't work.
Tink.
Perhaps we could have her pick the lock on that door.
Yeah. I think, well, that's as far as she can go there. And I'd probably get her yelling, well, instead of yelling for thief.
Do first level rogues have cunning action?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I'd wait till 3. I'm just trying to stay out of line of sight, but I thought this one was still active. So I was trying to stay out of that line of sight.
That one is currently running.
Right. So that happened at the same time.
But may return.
Right. So
Yeah.
she's just going to try and make her way towards the doorway over there while plinking off as many of them as she can try. So that's probably, I think, our 30 movement. So we're done.
Yeah, that was 30. Okay, so here comes a arrow flying back at her.
She tries to catch
7
her.
piercing damage.
Oh, son of a freaking frack.
Yikes.
Oh, boy. That did her. She's down to 3. That's going to leave a mark.
All right, Dav. Pete.
Well, there isn't much I can do as a level 1 bard. Let's see.
Do you have a way to make Belka's voice louder?
Do not have thaumaturgy, but
Okay. I was gonna ask because we could dump into Valka and see if she can make an intimidate check on him. It's probably close enough that they could decently hear her, and we know that they speak common.
no. It's a thought. Yeah, just kind of anything at least louder. I have one that makes it the same volume. But
You know what you could do? Provide assistance to Valka's intimidate check so that she rolls with advantage.
yep.
There we go.
Let's see.
So Valka's going to say, Davazan, are you good at intimidating the opponent?
I can make the world look any way you wish.
Let us scare them into inaction then.
I actually have an idea. We'll see how it works.
Okay, I will roll with your idea.
Okay, let's see here. All right, well, I'll do this one. I have another idea, but we'll go with this one. I essentially will create, use prestidigitation on your blade there to make it kind of just glow and spark and shoot off fireworks, essentially.
Ooh, nice.
Prestidigitation. Yeah, got that word. And then I run. But then,
Prestigious
Yes.
meditations.
It probably already glows and shoots off sparks because I'm a hex blade.
but probably not when you're intimidating, would it?
Right?
When you have to channel something.
This would be extra.
That's true.
Awesome.
I need more cantrips. Where is my Tome of Shadows?
My other idea was to make a really bad smell in that room.
Yes, but they're gnolls. Who knows what they like for smells?
That's fair. That is fair.
I think it's like smells like
they,
pancakes.
they certainly don't mind damp mud and dirt.
Right.
So, I guess. Roth.
Starts yelling for Ariala to get over there and help him with the door, but he sees her like take an arrow to the thigh and she's down. So he starts to turn. He tries to kick down the door. How about that?
All right. I need you to make a strength check, I believe. Let's see here. Yes, a unskilled strength check. Oh, nice.
Wayne, every time you lean back from the mic, you're getting really quiet.
I'm sorry. I suppose I could throw it up there a little bit more.
All right. So you bash the door open. Door's clean wide open. And as you do so, you're kind of like exalted in your massive display of musculature, and you see a little piece of wire kind of break and slide down into a hole below the jam, and then you hear like 2 clicking sounds from across the way.
Uh-oh. I probably should have waited for the thief.
Probably, yes.
So
you really didn't kick the door down and then do a double roll to the left outside of the door under safety.
I think a D6 hits you. Or, sorry, 22 or 25 hits you.
Yeah.
That was one away from being really bad.
Yeah, so there is 3 damage as an arrow strikes you dead in the chest.
Ow. All right. Well, he is he's at 5 hit points at this point.
And another arrow shot past you, or shot past like the square next to you, basically. So luckily none of your allies were nearby.
Yeah, hopefully not. So, all right. Okay, cool. Oh,
but the doors are now open.
They're open.
Hey.
You'll pull out the arrow. Try and avoid some things here. 1, 2, 3, 4. You'll get up to here. Cautiously look around the corners. That's all he can see, so apparently he doesn't see anything. Maybe
he sees so the hallway. The hallways go in both directions. Lots of doors.
All right. Anything with stairs? Nothing with stairs. Nothing with stairs. Maybe this one has stairs. So he can go 5, 10, 15, 25. All right. He can make it to here, right?
Yeah. So you've already interacted with an object, though, so you're kind of just like hanging next to the door.
Right. Yeah. He's just kind of, he sees the door here, thinking that possibly that might be a way up to where the guys are shooting down at his allies. So as he's pulling out his arrow, he'll take a beat.
All right. Valka.
All right. So doors are open. You're going to...
And you heard kind of a fast shuffling sound after the doors bashed open from above you.
Okay, so they're off from what we can tell. So you come over here, and Valka's going to yell ahead to Roth. Wait a second for us to back you up. If you continue going now, you will be alone and overrun.
And bleeding everywhere.
So get back here where the medic is.
I love this.
Can't hear
You
you.
you know Valka, that he's a barbarian.
He just throws the broken piece of arrow.
If he's dead, he cannot take more arrows for us.
I'm not dead yet.
I agree, but kicking doors makes better television.
I throw the arrow back at Valka with the arrow that I pulled out of my chest.
Never mind.
Here. See? I'm a surgeon. I'm a genius. I'm kicking down this door.
Oh my God.
All right.
I will have to do so much surgery on you later to put you back together.
Oh, we all are going to need surgery. Holy crap. All right.
You're very lucky.
Right.
I think we call that a win-win.
Yeah, definitely. A win-win.
All right. Are you doing anything else, Falk, or are you just moving into the doorway?
Let's go ahead and give intimidation a shot. So Valka's going to yell down the corridors. You will cease attacking us now, and we will consider letting you go for your transgressions. Mine God is stronger than yours, and I have the power of a demon in my sword. If you do not want your death to be painful, you will turn back now.
We don't
Right,
understand your
about-
language.
Well, you're not sure if it was successful or not yet, or if anybody was around to hear you, but that was a good speech. Give yourself inspiration. I enjoyed that.
Okay.
That was like 3 turns of intimidation.
Yeah, right?
I rolled a 16.
Oh my god.
All right, Santa.
Was I able to hear Roth bust down the door?
Oh, yeah. It echoed off the walls.
Go, Archer. I'm coming for you.
Yes.
6. Double move. I'm done. Actually, yeah, I'm done.
I love that, like,
So many
everybody's been rolling well, so...
There's so many doors for us to kick down in here. This is gonna be great.
All right.
Santos
Ariella.
wonders why he's the only single digit in the turn order.
Uh-oh.
Okay, Ariella.
All right, let's get over here. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Do wood elves get an extra 5 feet of movement?
I do not think so. I'm not sure on that.
Okay.
I can look it up in the Roll20, I think.
Richmond did a
Maybe.
double move.
I thought one of them did. Yeah, you should be able to access the.
Oh, I guess they do. 35 feet is base movement speed for wood elves.
So
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah, that was a double move at 35. So,
All right.
and that will be the end of her turn too.
All right, so you guys have moved out of danger, so we will, or I should say the immediate danger, so we will go ahead and clear turn order. Let's see here. So,
What is this over here?
looks like a broken bellows. You're muted there, Wayne. If you're talking.
I'm not talking. Talking to myself.
Oh, okay.
What happened to the turnover?
We're out of
combat.
danger.
Yeah, you're out of the immediate danger. So what do you guys? So you know Roth kind of zipped away.
I can see him.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Do you guys want to regroup or make any other?
So Valka's going to say, "Come group together now. I will treat whatever wounds of yours are very pressing. We do not have much time, but I will do what I can."
Yeah, maybe that might not be a bad idea. Yes, we're all bleeding
So-
and dying here.
I'll take a sentry position right here. I mean,
All right.
I'll take the sentry position right here.
So Valka is a barber surgeon and has some good proficiency in medicine, along with a herbalism kit and leatherworker's tools, because that's exactly what you want operating on you. But Um, I can throw out a few rolls if we would like.
Yeah. Are we doing like a short rest as well, or we don't need to?
I don't know that we're going to be able to have time for a full short rest.
Yeah, we're just binding our wounds up. Yeah, let's get anything back.
All right. Oof. Apparently, I'm not going to be able to do anything with herbalism right now. But I did all right with my surgical tools, quote unquote.
All right, pick one person to give. What is your proficiency bonus in those?
So my proficiency bonus for medicine with leatherworking tools is going to be 5.
All right, so you can give one person 5 hit points.
Let's see.
Rogue.
Yeah, probably rogue would be best here.
She is, yes.
I would have done an
Down.
arrow catcher, but that's fine.
Right. Let's see. Yeah, she's down to 3. So
Yeah.
that'll work. Very nice. Thank you.
And that Zarin, you can hear some shuffling of like it sounds like chairs or stools or something, like wood scraping stone, coming through the door closest to you.
So I motion to the other people and whisper, I think they're getting up from their seats and maybe coming out.
Oh, they're barring
This
doors.
position for an ambush.
Possibly barring the doors. Dang it, they overheard me saying we were going to kick the door down.
They definitely heard you kick the door down.
Now they're barring it. Keeping us from more kicking. All right,
By the sound of back, I have ranged attacks.
let's listen even more.
So you have one round to kind of position yourselves.
I'm gonna come here.
What do we do here? There we go.
Actually, Dav, you want to switch places because I think I've got a higher AC than you do.
Sure.
But you don't know that in real life, right? You don't know that.
I'm wearing better armor than he is.
See my armor shines. All right, excellent.
Yeah, I'm wearing scale mail, I believe.
Oh,
Yeah.
There we go. First level.
Yes.
Yes.
for now.
Why?
You're wondering how the warlock got scale mail?
Can't be any level.
Yeah, I have leather.
I rolled for my gold, and then spent gold by hand.
Really?
So, yeah.
Didn't take the class equipment.
Yep, that's why my only weapon is a longsword instead of having 2 weapons and a ranged weapon.
I have a quarterstaff and 2 daggers.
Feels bad, man.
You can tie the daggers on either end of the quarterstaff and then
Right.
The other thing is
Dagger staff.
the only reason I'm able to use scale mail is because I'm a hexblade, so I have medium armor proficiency.
Medium shiny mermaid armor proficiency.
Yeah, basically. Evil Eldritch medium armor proficiency.
Initiatives?
Yes.
now,
Oh.
here we go.
Sons of Man made up for it this time.
Yeah.
The first one is Roth. The second one is
Yeah,
Ariella.
she got her initiative bonus and little else. She basically just tripped over
Right.
her own.
That's,
No, she was trying to shake off the pain of battlefield surgery.
it's Battlefield.
Yeah.
Yeah, that hurts, man.
I just got stitched up by friggin' leatherworking tools. What the heck?
Right, it's worse than getting your nipple pierced. Not that I would even know what that's like.
All right, Santa, you get to go first.
So, strength check against the door is just a straight strength. Is that what Roth did?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a straight check.
You could hold action for them to open it, maybe.
Well, did it sound like they were like getting up, or did it sound like they were pushing things against the door?
Let's listen.
It was just shuffling. Yeah, it didn't sound like it was getting closer.
I want that door open.
You could try opening it without kicking it in.
All right, hold on a
What?
second.
Too late.
That's true, right? We open it with our foot,
That's the orcish way.
right? The orcish way, with our boot.
You could also try the good old bardic knock.
That's fair.
With our boot.
Just knock on the door lightly.
Oh,
Hello?
Lightly.
Jehovah's Witnesses.
All right.
Because then they answer the door naked.
Oh.
All right. So what you see,
Man.
you see what looks like three goblins kind of have made a sort of barricade out of a table that is set up with like doilies and like silver and like a sort of haphazard position. Like somebody was trying to do a table setting but didn't quite know how it worked. There's like a tea set and all this stuff, and the goblins that are crouched behind it are wearing kind of like frilly clothes that are kind of moth-eaten.
So what you're saying is they're French-made goblins.
Yeah, something they look like they were having a tea party or something in here.
Oh.
Don't king shame.
What? All right.
This
That's
is like Gremlins 2.
right. It's got everything.
I think this is the part where we ask them, will you join us if we let you have maid clothes all the time? We can get you better maid clothes.
We have lots of things to dress up in.
Santa will grunt, go, wrong room.
Eh.
And there's a big pile of shards in front of you, in front of the door there.
All right, I'm done.
You know, lads, we have just recently come in possession of the castle. We do need help.
Would you like to join us?
True.
We can help you get better clothing and style tips from the locals.
And honest work.
And we have a barber.
Roth.
Yes, I can make your hair very pretty. All three strands of it.
All right, so Roth looks inside and sees these. Do they seem to do anything when after Santo walked away?
So as soon as you walk into the line of sight, the one down here lets loose an arrow from a short bow.
Well, that's not very nice. That's rude. We
Oh,
didn't
shit.
even attack them. We just left them. Of course, we kicked it down, I suppose. That was the wrong thing to do.
So that's 13. If you didn't see that, right.
Oh, what? 13 damage?
Dav Zoran looks at Valka and says, told you, arrow catchers.
Right.
I'm glad I didn't heal him, because all of the healing would have gone to waste with that hit.
I mean, you're right, but...
So tell me again what happens here. It's not my turn now? Or I triggered it.
Well, no. So it had a ready action.
Oh, I
So
see,
it was
I
waiting
see.
for somebody to walk in front of its line of sight, and then it
Well, I got 5
shot
hit
a
points.
short.
How much did it happen? What did I get?
It critted, so it like sinks it like
Yeah.
chest deep.
All right, I'm dead.
You are unconscious.
Yep. Boom.
And so Volca and Daz and all that stuff, you just hear like a shunk, and then like whatever the sound of a half orc with an arrow sticking out of his back does, and then he just kind of like Oh yeah, relentless endurance. So you were reduced to hit 1 hit point, but not killed outright. You dropped to 1 hit point instead. So what does that look like?
Oh, right.
He's Boromir.
Yeah, right. Ow. Really getting tired of getting shot by arrows.
Okay, well you can finish out your turn.
Ow. You're right, wrong room. All right. He'll stagger backwards. I don't want to get shot again, so he just staggers backwards, claws for the arrow to try and either push it through or whatnot. And we'll yeah, boom, we'll sit right here, right next to him. All right, that's my move. I'm at 1. Ouch.
Right. And that one already went. And you hear kind of like one of them in there is like croaking something in the goblin tongue. Do any of you speak it?
I think I do, actually.
Do you speak goblin? No, I speak angel.
I do, I speak goblin.
So it's basically yelling, "Go back from whence you came. You will just die here." It's emboldened now. They were huddled. They were huddled in fear until they saw what that after that orc.
So I translate like, oh, they're saying something about your girth, or half orcs. It's not flattering. We should probably kill them now.
Yeah, it's not flattering. It's not good.
Wait one moment. We may still be able to convince them to lay down their arms.
Oh, they're gonna lay down their arms, all right. Both of them on the
Well,
floor.
if they don't lay them down right away, we will just remove their arms. There's very little difference, really.
I'm busy bleeding over here.
Yeah, at this point, you got like blood kind of trickling from your mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let somebody do something here.
All right, Dov, what are you doing?
Well, I have a disguise kit. But this may not be the time for that.
That might take a little time to deploy.
Like, All right, well. You first. Okay. They're all sitting there at the table.
Yes, and this one has his arrow knocked and ready.
But I'm still just kind of peeking, right?
Oh man.
Yes. So it's going to have disadvantage. 11 hits.
Oh.
Nope, no, 13.
Yeah, the arrow skips past like you're basically kind of like it hits the jam and then bounces away, but like you were just like, ugh.
So I go, And then I cast Fairy Fire on the 3 of them.
All right, so that is a 20-foot cube, so that'll be all 3. And what is the saving throw?
Dexterity.
Dexterity save. What's your save DC?
13.
And what color do you choose?
Violet.
It matches my beams of Eldritch Horror.
That's why I chose that. Yes. Yeah.
Ooh, maybe we can name our crew something that has to do with purple or violet.
The purple people ears? Oh, wait.
That's terrible.
Violent violence.
That's not going to make us very beloved when we come to human settlements. But, I'm open to it.
Yeah.
I can't wait until later because I'm going to definitely get Valka a plague mask.
Are
Are you doing any other movement?
Yeah, I'm just so with that.
All right.
You go on
So two of them light up, basically.
So Valka's just going to say, "You foolish goblins, you are squandering your chance to live yourselves." She's going to come forward, and on this goblin, she is going to go ahead and cast Eldritch Blast.
All right. So you get
Sever.
advantage and disadvantage at the same time, so you hit. 4 first force damage. Yeah, like yells out in pain. Sorcerer! Sorcerer! It kind of croaks in its hoarse, pained language. Are you doing?
No.
Yeah.
At this point, Valka's going to say, "Do you not see now the error of your ways?" And she will move to right here.
Just out of line of sight of that goblin.
Yes.
Sorcerer, sorcerer.
I will kill you!
Oh yeah, this is sorcery.
I am a warlock. There is a difference.
All of a sudden, Dodds around and goes, "Oh, I should have been telling them everything you've been saying."
Ariella?
Ah.
Or Ariella.
Okay, so
Yeah. I like Ariella better. I don't know how it's actually pronounced.
Aralea. Errol. So Aralea.
We just call her Ari.
Errol. Boy.
We could call her Aya.
All right. So let me see here. I think she can actually get up to here and talk to and ask. As she saw the Eldritch Blast, she asked where the targets are. Be the target, and based off of where the Eldritch Blast went, it's gonna just sort of move in.
Valka will give her pretty much. If you go along this area, just shoot on right this line, and you will hit the one I was aiming at.
All right. So yeah, so it's going to do, she's going to go to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Boom. There's already one knocked.
An arrow comes flying by.
Okay.
So that will be a direct shot. So that is an 18. I believe her armor class is less than 18, 14. So she will take 6 piercing damage before she gets off her attack.
That's a bunch of bull crap. How many?
See, I'm glad I healed the rogue.
Down to 2. That was 6 points of damage, you said?
Yeah.
All right. And gonna go and shoots for an 18. So she'll unleash her arrow at this one that shot her as well.
Well, so the just so you're aware, the purple ones will be easier to hit because they're both, all 3 have cover, but the fairy fire negates the cover, so you won't have. Oh, yeah, roll 18. So you're So if you hit one, you either
If
this
you
one
shoot,
is already bleeding.
yeah, if you shoot the one that's already hit, you'll also have advantage, so you can take use of your sneak attack.
How am I going to take advantage of that? How do I get sneak attack for that? There's nobody. Well, I guess I got. Because I won't have.
She doesn't have advantage. She just doesn't have disadvantage now.
Right. Yeah. So I don't have.
No, it gives you advantage as well.
What does?
Right. But they're behind cover. So it's just not. It just nullifies it.
Yeah.
It's nets it out.
Oh.
Otherwise, you'd have disadvantage.
So that one,
okay.
So go
boom.
ahead and hit your damage roll. Oh, 6. That's good more than.
And then finish the move out. So that was 5, 10, 15, 20. We'll get back over here.
This is the injured side. This is the
Yes.
not injured.
Right?
All right, Santa.
Santa looks at the non-injured side and kind of rolls his eyes.
We didn't choose to say
Why
that.
are they even here?
You were saying to the person who has successfully hit like every attack they've done.
Yes. This
Yeah, that's inconsequential.
Where's your blood?
I look at Roth and say, "We will not die to goblins. We are orcs. We will kill them."
Technically half orcs, but yes. Yes, and then eat something.
What's the other half? Coward?
You know,
Yeah, right? Oh.
I'll give Roth 6 hit points.
Nice. Oh. I feel less like dying now.
Otherwise, I'm done.
So who got 6 hit points?
I'm up to 7.
Roth.
Oh, okay. So one of the goblins yells out in his language, "We surrender. You can come in and capture us now."
What?
Now I think Dov is the only one that understands them.
They seem to be saying that they're willing to surrender.
What it tells them that we demand that they throw their weapons out the door first.
Sure. I translate.
Tells them also that we will heal the one who is injured.
Oh, it's dead.
He's pretty dead. He's pretty injured.
Oh, you're gonna go with instant death rules?
Oh, yeah.
He's pretty injured.
And NPCs and monsters and stuff don't have death saves.
Rip. Because otherwise, I was gonna do the death saves thing.
No. They don't
'Cause
get
they
no
can have
saves.
death saves sometimes.
You don't get to heal them.
All right, so so a bunch of weapons clatter out into the hallway.
Like an inordinate amount? Is it like comedic where it's just like
No, just like hand axes and short bows.
a rock?
So Valka's going to say to Dev, "Will you be translator for me?"
Sorry, I want to eat bread.
All right, he'll translate.
So, assuming that it's okay to sort of proceed out of turn order since we're no longer attacking, Valka is going to enter the doorway.
Okay. Roll an insight check.
Okay.
Okay, so Valka, so Valka kind of like steps into the doorway, and all the weapons are like in the hallway there, and you see kind of like the goblins like from here up. So you just see the two heads looking up, and you notice both of them. They're not trying to be obvious, but they're not very good at being not obvious. Are both looking like eyeing like with anticipation the broken shards that are laying on the floor in front of the doorway.
At this, Valka is going to take her longsword, heft it to her shoulder, and she's going to motion for them to come and then point at the shards. Stand.
So are you standing right there?
Yeah, I'm going to stand right there.
Okay. So one of them comes up and then kind of gingerly steps and straddles some of the shards, and then it looks very nervous all of a sudden, and then the other one does the same thing.
And Valka is going to say, using Davzaran as a translator, "Now, is there anything you would like to tell me before I force you to roll in those shards?"
And they kind of look at each other and say, you don't want to do that?
Well, then come into the hallway and we will tie you up. If you are good, we will let you live. If not, we will summarily kill you. Understand that any action you take to harm us, I will take as a great offense and murder you rightly.
You know he's got to translate all this too, right?
I was like,
back, just get out here. That's all I'm saying.
Get out or we'll kill you. All
all
right.
right. They step around the shards to either side of the doorway there.
If one had a staff to throw at the shards, they might explode. I hope they explode.
And yeah, they're unarmed and stuff like that. So
We're gonna need to.
Valka's going to look at the shards again and go, "That looks like a wonderful way to give someone a grievous injury if they were not wearing shoes.
Yeah.
If it were me, I would poison them."
Let's get him out of the way.
Does Ari want to investigate the shards?
Yeah, I should go up. She's.
Not that I'm giving you too many clues, but
Yeah, she'll check them out, and what can we do here? Check, boom. Let's do a check here.
Investigation.
Boom.
So you, so Ari kind of like takes a look at the shattered crockery there, and realizes there is a explosive trap kind of hidden under all the shards.
An IED.
Yes, and it would cover quite a bit of an area, she says.
All right. Yes. Ari lets everybody know. Just to warn everyone, this thing's gonna. If this was knocked over, it'll blow us all out of here. Everybody stand back. So can she try and
Disarm it?
disarm it, maybe with the help of the goblins, or can she decipher like what? And look around. And go, oh, okay, here, cut wire A and the cyan wire, whatever. Because this looks like a good place to rest. And if so, she'll do that. She'll disarm the trap.
All right, thieves' tools skill.
As she's doing that, I think Valka's going to back away a little bit.
Yes, everybody step back.
I'm going to come over here. And Valka's going to concentrate on making sure that the goblins don't make any stupid decisions.
Thieves' tools. Oh, there we go. Boom. And there we go. Hey, 23.
So she since it's very crudely made, she barely is able to disarm it, but it is now useless. You won't be able to do anything with it now.
All right, so it's just but it's disarmed. All right.
Right.
Is there
Okay.
powder inside of it?
She can't.
You could potentially use it as a alchemist fire bottle.
Awesome. Let's vial that then.
Okay.
She already did, without you knowing. I'm sure that's what she would say. So doing that. It's just kind of palmed.
But she said she's not. She doesn't mess with vials. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she doesn't have the vial anymore.
Vials go.
All
but yes.
So you guys are going. So in the back of the room, there is a rope hanging down from the ceiling from a trapdoor too. So this is probably a good place for us to stop the session, since we're now past the 10 o'clock mark Central Time.
All right. Sorry that took so long to get set up, everyone. Sorry about the issues on that, but
that's good.
I guarantee next time it will be. We'll be able to jump right in.
Shout out to everyone hanging out with us.
Right.
Feel free to chat in the stream chat. And I know that, I don't know if the others pay attention to it, but I definitely do. And I know that Floyd does.
Yeah.
So if you want to talk with us while we're in game.
Yeah. We're doing the same thing over
Just
here.
don't give them any hints.
Don't
if
give
you
them
play
any.
this.
That's right.
No spoilers.
No spoilers. Well, it looks like wow. Between Valka and Davs, they're much more healed than we are. You've survived much better than what we call old pincushion Roth, and yeah, barely alive, Ariel. So.
I learned from my last experience as a level 1 bard that charging in is the absolute wrong thing to do for a bard.
Absolute wrong thing.
So, but yeah.
Awesome. All right. Well, we're gonna try and schedule another one of these and pick it up. Hopefully, we can pick it up with the same group here until we see a conclusion of this particular event. What do you think, Floyd?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Are these time frames okay for you guys?
It works for me.
Sundays are kind of going to be hit and miss for me.
Right.
It is.
All right. Well, we'll try and set up a time and get you in at least some sort of chat involved here for this particular group so that we can finish this one up with this team. And also, hopefully, Christina can come back and play Errol as well. If not, then maybe we'll have a guest or something. But we'll be able to set up a time to re-up on this. Now, if it's a Sunday, great. If not, then we'll just kind of have to let you guys know.
Yeah,
see whatever works.
It doesn't have to be a Sunday. We just kind of set it up this way. The 7 to 10 time frame is probably best for me anyway. I don't know about the rest, but
yeah, that's the main thing. As long as we can get the time, if you guys can have the time for this at 7, would be all right. And then we'll try and work up another. Floyd, I was talking to, maybe we can get Kevin to run something that's later.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
On a different day or something like that, or even on a Saturday or something like that. But
I've still got to do my sessions sometime.
Yeah, I mean that might be something we can do with having you able to do that. Floyd able to run the earlier games, so that one will be great for East Coast and Midwest, and then just you're over in Arizona, so you'd be able to start it maybe a little bit later, and then that would be good for the West Coast and people with kids apparently. So they have larvae that
that's my situation. I'm both on West Coast and I have an infant. So
yeah. So those larvae don't listen really, and they're too slobbery for duct tape. So so we'll. Hopefully we can make something so that we can work a little, we'll be able to cover both.
Yeah, we'll reconvene offline this group and find the next time that will be good for everybody.
Awesome, guys. Well, thanks a lot for being
if you're interested. I mean, it was, both Gravy and Pete were gracious enough to come in very, very last minute.
Yeah.
So
much appreciated,
hey,
you guys.
Can you log in right now and play?
Right.
Anything to play more D&D, man.
That's awesome, guys. Thank you.
All right. Well, until next time.
We shall see you later.
This has been Dungeon Craze.
Dun, dun, dun. Cue awesome epic.